Hey Scorpio, welcome to Blood Moon Oracle. We're taking a look at the new year energy for you, encouragement that they have for you, any guidance, just taking a look at the energy that's showing up here for you. Welcome to Blood Moon Oracle. Thank you for stopping by. Make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe if you have not. Hi Scorpio, how are you doing? I hope this year has been beautifully wonderful to you thus far. So I pulled out a few cards to start just for the sake of time. I'm working with my numerology oracle deck along with my wisdom of the hidden realms oracle deck and then my oppositions tarot. So let's jump in, Scorpio. So we have pride coming out for you. Domestic harmony, environment, and spiritual career. So showing up for you this year, first of all, is pride. I feel like there's going to be a lot of enjoyment with what you're doing this year. Spirit is encouraging you to have a lot of confidence, a lot of pride. Take it to the next level, right? In what it is that you're doing. I do feel like it could have a lot to do with maybe your career right now, like who you are, who you're showing up as, right? Take pride in that. Spirit is letting you know, like, you have all the support that you need. And so there is no glass ceiling. There's no one holding you down to a certain level. Take that thing as far as it goes for you. And understand the importance of feeling good about what you do. And so I feel like this year is going to bring in a lot of that energy. Being able to appreciate yourself and even being appreciated, right? Understand how important what you do is. This is also a year, I feel like, where the home front is going to be important. Domestic harmony says a lot about focusing on the home and peace in the home, or focusing and making sure, ensuring peace around the home. Things may in fact be changing with environment here that came out. You may even be moving to ensure domestic harmony. You may be moving to somewhere else to actually create a more conducive environment for what it is that you do. Or you may be looking into that, getting ready for that. Environment did come out. It's a master number. And so all of my readings, I think, all have master numbers. Yours is 44. You could be a master number 44. That's pretty high up there in the mastery as it pertains to life paths. So you could be highly functional. I don't know if this is something that you show. If you're a master number 44, you could be highly functional. Master number 44 taps into healing. There's something within the healing arts that you could be gifted with, or you could be tapped into. But overall, I feel like the environment is changing, or may have changed at the beginning of this year in some type of way. And then spiritual career came out as well. I feel like there's a lot of energy flowing in this year, influences and focusing around the spiritual career. There could be lots of changes, good changes coming in around your spiritual career this year, Scorpio. And so those are the energies coming out for our numerology deck. And so the first thing that I have is for tarot, the Fool, coming in on the shadow side. Change, opportunity to head in and do different things, head in, walk through different doors and opportunities. Now, whether you travel to unknown destinations this year around the world, or whether you're doing like mental, what do they call it? Astro traveling, right? You could be either really traveling or tapping into learning how to astro travel right now. This says that you will definitely encounter beautiful experiences. Wonderful energies are awaiting for you. And these are things that you would not get to experience had you not been open to try something different or to move from the place where you are right now. The Fool talks about that kind of energy of being a little bit daring, ready to experience, spontaneous, a little bit carefree, but very, open to having this childlike faith as you go forward and experience new things, Scorpio. It's a very explorative energy that the Fool brings. And coming in on the shadow side, it's actually warning about how you move. Not all movement, is going to be advantageous, or not all movement is going to be safe. I'll say that. And so this is actually having you to be aware, like as you delve and travel to new places or tap into new gifts that you have, to be careful. Like, don't go in gullible, right? Childlike faith really means that, you can do things and you can explore because you have a covering, right? There's a covering around you when we talk about childlike faith, because even if you were to step off, right, there's someone there to catch you, which is your higher, your spirit team, your higher power, your source. And so, but overall it's saying, like, not everything is good. Like when it comes to delving into new things, like you can, and then when it comes to meeting new people too, move in a spirit of trust, but not naivety, is what the shadow side of the Fool is saying. Like, you can trust people, but beware of their motives, because not everybody is going to have your best intention at heart. And there's a little bit of needing to be responsible for yourself, and definitely being intuitive, because you need to know, the energy behind, the people that you come into contact with, people that may want to come and befriend you, or you may come into some type of operation with new people as you travel or as you explore here in 2025. Just be aware. I feel like it's what Spirit is saying. This year is actually going to bring in quite a bit of energy for you, Scorpio, but it's important to understand not to allow that energy to flow and to be used recklessly and irresponsibly. Like, this new spontaneous energy is coming in, but there's still a level of wisdom that's needed to guide you, okay? I'm just looking at this card, and I'm looking at him kind of running, not really paying attention to where he's stepping. And as you can see, the cliff is not supporting, right? So he's about to actually fall off of the cliff because it's not supporting the weight that he's carrying. And so it's just a warning to just be careful as you're moving forward. Don't move forward blindly, basically, is what Spirit is saying here. And this may be more about just dealing with taking care of yourself, moving forward here, because the Queen of Cups clarified the Fool and the Page of Cups. The Queen of Cups came in on the shadow side. And so this says something about not really being too transparent. Don't be too transparent. that you just give away your whole hand, you know, as you're meeting new people or going to new places. There's something to be reserved as you enter into these new places. Cautiously move into new connections and new places. Cautiously move as you step into new environments, okay? And there's also something here about allowing yourself to really flow in your creativity this year as you step into new experiences. And understand that whatever you choose to do, like, it's going to be favored. And if you decide to go along with these opportunities that open up to you, you may actually find yourself ending up in the spotlight, is what the Page of Cups is saying. Like, you may actually end up in a position of authority, not necessarily authority, but in a position of being highlighted, or a main character, right? And so you may actually end up in some pretty significant places if you're open to exploration this year. You'll have opportunities to do new projects if you want to form new relationships. Some of you may, in fact, even be giving birth, adding an addition to your family. But not to actually think too much, but allow yourself to enjoy, you know, the experience of entering into the new. Don't overthink stuff, right? Be intuitive, be cautious, but allow yourself to enjoy it as well. Don't be just don't be skittish, is what Spirit is saying, but enjoy it. Enjoy this fresh wind that's coming your way. We also have the Hangman coming in on the shadow side. Interestingly enough, now the Hangman coming in on the shadow side is actually not allowing yourself to actually be drawn into situations that might tempt to get you all worked up and flustered and all emotional. So there may be things about entering into new spaces that make you a little bit like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to move out of my comfort zone. I don't want to go and meet new people. You know, you may in fact be like a person that just is to themselves. I understand that because I'm that way too. Like, give me a book and a creek under a tree and I'm good, right? But Spirit, sometimes it's like, no, it's time for you to go over there and mingle. People need you, right? You need to go over there and avail yourself, right? And it's like, I don't want to do that. Spirit, why? And so there's something here about that, like not doing what you have to do, which may include availing yourself to people, but not allowing the situations to get you all uptight and out of your element, right? The Hangman in the shadow side is really you not adding to the fire, you know, as things get heated up, not making things worse. Actually letting go, letting things go, especially things that make you angry or things that may be being done in excess, letting them go. This also could be releasing situations this year that you've held on to, that you thought was in some type of way an injustice. Spirit may be saying, well, look again, it may have been justified, and if it was, just let it go. Just let it go. It's time to move on. Part of the job of the Hangman, this is the part of the journey where things are at a halt. Things aren't moving. Maybe we want them to move and they're not. So it's frustrating. There's a pause here, but the purpose of the pause is to gain reflection and to look back at what we've come from, what we just came through, what led us to this point where we are right now, and what have we learned from it before we began to move forward. There's something about this that's very important about where you're about to step into, Scorpio, where you're about to go, where Spirit is about to take you. But before you need to, there's something you need to see. There's something you need to recognize. And so the frustration of being at a standstill or thinking that it could be someone else doing something, causing things to be stifled, it may not be that. Could be. Doesn't mean it have to be. What Spirit is saying here is not to allow your energy to get flustered by that. There's something more that you're needing to see while you're here, while you're in this place of a standstill. Okay? This requires you to stay calm and patient. This may require you to do things that you may not want to do again. Right? I understand. This is necessary sacrifice time, okay? And the Seven of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles came out here. And so let me see. Because Seven of Wands usually is about like guarding yourself, spiritually standing on guard and guarding your spiritual being, standing in your truth and your power, not being afraid of, things that feel uncomfortable or challenges. And so this year, this could be the energy that comes up. This could be the energy that you're in right now. Spirit is saying, brace it with courage right where you are. Don't back down, but actually find things that are going to challenge you, because that's the stuff that's going to make you spiritually strong. Find things that's actually going to challenge you. Don't run away from the challenge. Look for the challenge, because that's the stuff that's going to bring you through. Not only that, you have power. Like, you're a very powerful energy. Spirit is pointing to that. And you've done things that other people could never do. Things that you've been through, Scorpio, would kill somebody else. They probably wouldn't even made it halfway through the battle. And you came through them on top, right? And so Spirit is saying these are the things that's creating that level of power that you have. And so the Seven of Wands is carrying that kind of message for you. There's something about meeting your challenges head on and not moving away from them. Meet them head on. There's something you're learning through that. But at the same time, not allowing yourself to become distracted to where you start to look for other things to take your mind off of what it is that Spirit may want you to just deal with, right? The Ace of Pentacles is actually new beginning energy. It's a new, and sometimes the new beginning is going to come through the difficulty, through the challenge. Through coming through the challenge, that's where the new beginning happens. But when we refuse to face the challenge, we never enforce that. We never embrace that new beginning, or we never engage the new beginning because we have turned away from the challenge that would have led us there. And so this is not being distracted, right? And paying attention to our desires, especially our intuition that may be leading us to these new experiences. There's something about this too, about being aware of those who profess to be on your team or on your side, and, doing everything that you can to plan ahead, to study, to be prepared for the opportunities that will come up, okay? There is a dragonfly in this picture as well. So there's some level of transformation, as I said, that happens through this new beginning. But I feel like it comes through the challenge. It comes through the Seven of Wands. So there's something this year, or even right now as we're entering into this year, that there's an impact of a challenge that actually leads you to a new beginning. It leads you to the opportunity, the doors, right? It could become in the form of a test as well. It's giving that energy. Lastly, we have the Six of Pentacles coming in on the shadow side. And the sixes usually talk about balance. Being that it's on the shadow side, this is talking about not miscalculating so that you don't suffer loss. There's something about not miscalculating. Or when you come to a point where you need to walk away from something, just forget about what you've sown. There may be something that Spirit wants you to just leave behind, walk away, start something new. Go into a different direction, right? That Fool energy. Take a chance at something different. Trust yourself. Believe in yourself. Carry your business in a new direction. You know, you could have spent a whole bunch of time building over here, and then Spirit just pivots you to go this way. It's like, don't be concerned about what you've invested over here, because where you're being taken is going to be, that's where you want to be, because that's where you're going to sow better over here. And so don't be afraid to pivot. I feel like what Spirit is saying with the Six of Pentacles on the shadow side, because what it would take you like a year or two to sow over here, even though it's going good, when Spirit has you pivot over here, you may in fact sow what would take you 2 years over here. You may in fact sow over here in a day. It's that kind of energy. Six of Pentacles talks about reciprocation of something, giving something and getting something back. And so don't be afraid to pivot. We have the Three of Cups coming out on the shadow side, and the High Priestess coming out on the shadow side as well. And so Three of Cups, you could be someone who has a close-knit group that you work with, and you could in fact help people through some kind of difficulties in what it is that you do. This is saying too that there's some need to really be careful with how you're dealing with people. The Three of Cups on the shadow side, there's some difficulty, but the High Priestess is coming out here. And so this may be Spirit just letting you know to make sure that you are being led. Make sure you're connected as you're dealing and guiding people, because this has some energy of difficulties with those that you deal with, or you have some connection with, when they're dealing with some kind of crisis. The Three of Cups on the shadow side, because I'm looking at this picture and she's sitting like on a porch, and the vase is kind of cracked up. So there's like something that needs to be fixed. And so this is dealing with people that need something fixed, or they're entering into some level of crisis, and you're helping them in some type of way. Maybe you are, because the High Priestess is the connection between the spiritual and the earth. Maybe you are the connection for someone. Maybe that's what you do. And the information coming in is around dealing with those difficulties and being careful. Like when you work with couples or families, being careful to avoid misunderstanding. With the Three of Cups coming in on the shadow side, And also making decisions too quickly in regards to working with people. There could be situations that burst out at work around, you know, people that you trust, right? Anytime you're working with people, there's going to be something to deal with, right? There's no way around that. But this is just really facing those kind of problems head on and using your connection to help you guide through those things with the High Priestess here. The High Priestess actually came in on the shadow side. And this could be talking about, because the shadow side of the High Priestess, there's a little bit of a coldness there. There's a little bit of distance between people and the High Priestess, because she's so connected with Source. She's disconnected with the world. And so this could talk about making sure that you maintain a good distance. Like, don't get overly involved in people's situation. Like, it may be a good thing to keep good boundaries. I feel like Spirit is saying here with what it is that you do. Spiritual career did come out. The Six of Pentacles is talking about pivoting, but it's also talking about how this year will bring in challenges around that and how to help you navigate those challenges. And the fact that you carry a lot of power, a lot of intuition, like no need to take shortcuts. Like, all you have to do is really stand in your truth, stand in who you are, and make sure that you're inwardly impeccable and constantly growing is what that's saying, okay? Lastly, I'm going to get a couple of guidance cards or encouragement cards for you. Let's take a look here for Scorpio. Good energy coming in for you this year for Scorpio. Any encouragement for Scorpio, Spirit? The River Queen, learning to let go and just flow. Natural movement. And I feel like this is talking about not allowing yourself, as I said, like having good boundaries. If you ever find yourself in a situation where you feel like you're bending backwards or it no longer feels natural to who you are, like let it flow. Let it, you know, if people are leaving, let them leave. Don't chase people. If people want to come in and be a part, like just let things flow. Spirit is asking you to like be open, not gullible, but open. Okay. The Horse King is coming out as well, talking about being disciplined. There may be a need to tighten up the ship in different areas so that you can be more effective. Okay. Also being willing to seek assistance when needed, not being afraid to, for some, you may need to seek out maybe a mentor, a coach, somebody that's going to help. Maybe you're delving into different areas that you're not really familiar with for the growth aspect. Maybe you will be seeking guidance in that way or assistance on how to actually hone in on these new skills that you're tapping into. And then the Queen of Light, the illumination and enlightenment. There's some celebration about, you know, being a source of light in the world. I feel like that's what this is talking about. There's a level of light that you offer, that you represent, that you are. And Spirit is celebrating you for that this year. There's going to be some rewards come in for you for what you have chosen to do. Okay. Illumination. For you, that may mean that there could be more being illuminated for you and through you this year. More enlightenment. that will be coming in for you this year. More to learn, more to be, more to know, more to experience. There's a lot of growth heading in this year for you, Scorpio, okay? That's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for stopping by Blood Moon Oracle. Make sure you like, share, comment. Let me know how it resonated. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. And I will see you all next time. Thanks for stopping by, my friends. Till next time.